back to the Traveling Urban Farmer. Um, Happy New Year's Eve. It is almost 2025, and how awesome is that? Sorry for the raspy voice. I'm getting over a cold, but I thought I'd come out here and share a little bit more about garden tips and tricks and get you another video this week. So yeah, stay tuned. And I'm trying out a gimbal that I've had for a while that I haven't used. I haven't really perfected how to use this gimbal, so bear with me and stick with me, and we'll get through it. We'll see you guys soon. Some ideas and some pro tips about gold making. So one of the things I've learned in the past about gold making is you need to write it down, whether it's on a sticky note, whether it's on a computer, on your phone, piece of paper. Write it down, and then put that written piece of paper with your goal on it somewhere where you can see it on a daily basis. Because if you don't see it, then you're more likely to not remember it. So if it's somewhere where like you wake up or you're driving to work and you see it on your dashboard, you're going to 1, read it, 2, say it in your head as you're reading it, and 3, every time you get in and out of the car, you're reading it over and over again. So I mean, the professionals or the experts say that you gotta repeat something 7 times to remember it. So put it somewhere where you can say it out loud, read it, remember it, see it again, read it again, at least 7 times. That way you can start remembering what your goal is. So my goal, I didn't fully decide what my goal was until recently, because me and Jamie, when we do our gardening, we tend to plant stuff that we need for our food storage because we preserve everything that we plant, or mostly everything that we plant. But we're looking at food storage, and we got tons of stuff that we grew a year ago, this year, and we're like, we don't know if we need really that much stuff or more, because there's only 2 of us. We don't go through it enough to plant all the same stuff again. Like, we have too much, it would be a waste. So my thought was, for 2025, my and Jamie's goal is to hopefully have a kid by the end of the year. That's a whole long story that if you're interested in, I can tell you later, or reach out to me, message me. But so our goal is to have a kid by the end of 2025. So my thought was, wait a minute, why don't I plant fruits and vegetables that I could turn to baby food? And then by the time the baby's old enough to start eating it, it'd be a perfect time. It'd be probably the summer of the following year, give or take some. Then I can plant, and by that time we'd probably be out of our normal food storage. So then I can kind of start my cycle back over again, where I plant stuff that me and Jamie need for our food storage on top of more stuff for baby food. So that's what these garden boxes are here. You can see over here, I got 7 of them. Over here, these guys over here. 2 of them are already taken up by raspberries. 2 of them are already taken up by grapes. And then I got some 2 that are empty, and then a 3rd one that's skinny that I've been having, I would say, mediocre luck with. Not a big deal. I don't know what it is. My guess is probably something to do with the soil. So that's what I'll be amending all of my garden beds this year with better soil. But yeah, so my goal is to make baby food this year. So I need to plant stuff that I can use to make baby food. What does that consist of? Well, honestly, it's up to each individual person. Maybe you're in the same boat where maybe you're getting ready to have a baby, and I don't know about you guys, but food prices are expensive or getting more expensive, especially baby food. Would be awesome to know where your baby food came from, how it was processed, the nutrients in it, what type of pesticides or fertilizers were used to grow it. So why not grow it yourself? I mean, it's really not that hard. Um, it's no different than growing food for yourself. It's just the difference is in processing. And so, as I go through my planning process, um, I'm going to talk to you about what I'm thinking for each of the garden beds. So this is on the other side of the greenhouse. I got 4 really big beds and 2 smaller beds. We love pumpkins. We're always going to grow pumpkins. However, we've grown in these 2 boxes in the last couple of years, and they've worked okay. They're not the greatest. I don't know if it's the raised beds, the pumpkins, just when they come over the edge, they tend to have a harder time growing for some reason. Also, we've gotten squash bugs quite a bit here. So my thought was, why not move them somewhere else? So we got this whole side yard over here that, you know, does get filled up with flowers and bushes. Like, they're all perennial, so they come back every year. But there's no reason why we couldn't add in a few plantings of pumpkins and let them just spread across this whole side area. So that's what I'm thinking about doing in there. Maybe we'll do a little bit in the front yard as well. I'm still going to do peppers, and I'm still going to do tomatoes, because I just like doing those because they're always successful and they're always fun to grow. They're the easiest probably to grow as well. So we'll do pumpkins and squash, different types of squashes for baby food over there. Then we'll probably do some, I don't know, I probably need to do research about what type of food babies need to eat or what they can eat. But we'll probably do some maybe sweet potatoes, peas, green beans. So if we come back over here to this side, in these boxes here, so here's the skinny one that I was talking about, and the other 2 that are open for me. I'm probably going to grow bush beans. Probably try to do some peas here. Let them grow up this little trellis. And then I don't know. I gotta figure out some other things to grow that would be good for baby food. So if you're an expert at making baby food or know what type of things babies like, let me know. I want to do potatoes as well. So I might change this box that was supposed to be June's digging box. I'll pull out the rocks and add soil and compost. Maybe I'll just do potatoes there. That way I can cover and protect it from June trying digging it. Raspberries, I know babies eat raspberries. Grapes, we'll mash those up into like grape sauce. We got the apples and the peaches and the pears. So pear sauce, peach sauce, kind of like applesauce, but peaches and pears. I mean, we got that all coming in. We got strawberries here. Carrots. That's what I was thinking of. Carrots. I want to do a bunch of carrots, different types of carrots. And so maybe we'll do this box with carrots, or maybe in between the beans do some carrots. Maybe I'll try corn over here. I've tried corn in other places, but maybe corn will do better in these type of boxes. So my goal, and I need to write this down, is to grow baby food in my garden spaces here. I will definitely plant stuff for me and Jamie still, because just because we have enough doesn't mean we shouldn't replenish it. We need to replenish it. So I'll definitely grow stuff for me and Jamie. Watermelons, I want to try growing again. Those are always fun. Maybe some cantaloupe again. We're going to get more strawberries. I'm going to grow some really spicy peppers for my neighbor. She's going to have a baby this year. And the culture that she's from, they eat really spicy food, so she wants habanero peppers and has struggled to grow them. So I'm going to try growing them for her this year, see what I can do for her to help her out. But yeah, Um, Part of my goal too, and I want to do this in the next coming days, and I'll show you once it's done and walk you through my thought process or my process in general, is I want to map out all my boxes again. You know, sketch it out. I'll probably sketch it out on like Illustrator. I mean, it's very simple. It's just like rectangle boxes. They don't need to be super precise or it's not like a blueprint. It's just mapping things out. That way I can go through and I can write down exactly where I want everything. Because another goal I have is actually to change where I'm going to put my grapes. Excuse me. Our grapes are going to be moved from this arch here, right behind me, and we're going to lay them across the back fence here. And I have a different type of trellising system that I want to try. That's been inspired by the newbies. If you don't know who they are, go check them out on YouTube or Instagram. They're a family in Portugal, and they have grapes and grape trellises that work amazing. They have this huge grape and wine making, harvesting season in Portugal where they're at. And I just got really inspired by it. I'm like, that's not a bad idea. So I might try that, which means I then have 2 more boxes that I can plant with other things. Maybe we'll do some cucumbers, like slicing cucumbers, some broccoli. I don't like vegetables. I like growing vegetables, but I don't like eating vegetables. But Jamie does, and you know we'll want our kiddos and Jamie to be healthy. And, or if you have some, leave them down in the comments below for me to try out, and then plant what I need to make those baby foods. And then everything else, any boxes I don't need to plant like fruits and vegetables in, I'll just do flowers, because a good crop comes from having good pollinators. So if I can bring in a bunch of flowers where I bring in lots of pollinators, then my garden will do, and your garden will do even better, and gardens around us will do better. That's one thing that I noticed with my some of my neighbors. They plant a lot of fruits and vegetables, but they don't have a whole lot of flowers. If you bring in flowers, I've learned this over the years, it brings in the pollinators. And then, granted, if you're worried about like crossbreeding of flowers and fruits and vegetables stuff, then maybe don't do that so much, or be a little more particular where you plant them. But it makes your garden look super beautiful. We have alyssums underneath most of our like tomato plants and pepper plants, which is awesome because they keep bugs away, and it just looks pretty. It looks fuller, way more mature. So keep that in mind when you're planning your gardening. So not only should you write down goals where you want to put your fruits and vegetables, but gardens isn't just fruits and vegetables, it's flowers. So that's one thing that me and Jamie need to talk about, and we'll probably be doing it in the next little bit, is what do we want to plant in all of our beds. We got this huge Bermuda, we got her garden space, the whole front yard. It's getting a makeover this year, hopefully. I said that the last 2 years, and I'm thinking this year's going to be the year, because I already bought flowers last year for it, and I didn't plant them, and now I need to plant them before they all die. Become a waste of money. So, yeah, that is my goal. That is my New Year's video for you guys. I guess 2 tips. First, make a goal. Make a garden goal. If your goal is to be healthy, start with what you can control. You can control your garden space. You can grow your own fruits and vegetables, and those are always going to be healthier for you, and they taste better. And you put so much sweat equity into your garden, you tend to like the taste of your food a little bit better than store-bought stuff. Second tip, write it down. Wherever it's at, write it down so you can remember it, review it often. Does this mean that your goals are going to be successful? No, not necessarily. Doesn't mean you're going to fail either. But what it means is maybe 3 months from now, 6 months from now, you need to change your goal because you realize that you set a goal that's too hard to accomplish, or it was too easy to accomplish, one or the other. So maybe your goal is to make compost bins. Maybe your goal is to build a greenhouse, plant a fruit orchard, or a small vegetable garden that you can control and not be overwhelmed with. Just make a goal that will get you outside, hands in the dirt, facing the plants, smelling the flowers, and I promise you guys, you'll see a huge benefit, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, when you start growing your own plants. With that, Happy New Year's. Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to subscribe, share, like. Check out my website. I'm planning on adding more stuff to it this next year. Maybe some files of all these tips and tricks, or kind of like a little blog, I guess, in a way. Maybe some blueprints of things that we'll be building in 2025, like custom tomato cages, or the new grape trellises that I'm going to be doing, stuff like that. So look forward to that. Let me know what your thoughts are, what I should do, how I can improve better for 2025. Catch you guys next year.